People are returning to the moon for the first time in decades, at least orbiting the moon. Sometime next year, SpaceX plans to take 2 paying customers on a week-long trip there and back. Today, Fox 7's Casey Claiborne sat down with Austin's own astronaut, Richard Garriott, a pioneer of private space travel, to get his take. Casey, what do you got?
Mike, aside from what SpaceX is up to, there's rumors the Trump administration is looking to put people back on the moon. So that's one of the questions I asked Mr. Garriott, who is a fascinating guy to talk to, by the way. Should we do that? We've already been there. Is there value in setting up camp on the moon? Take a look.
Drinking water, what you might consider right side up, but it's just as easy for me to float over here to the wall.
There's virtually nothing that's not amazing about a trip to space.
Richard Lord British Garriott is an Austin icon, creator of the classic video game Ultima, and pioneer of the commercial spaceflight industry. Garriott wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps, astronaut Dr. Owen Garriott. But when he was still just a kid, a NASA doctor told him because he needed glasses, he wouldn't be eligible. You know, after going through the 7 stages of grief, I kind of put my mind to it and said, well, hey, I'm going to if I can't go by the rules of NASA, I'm going to have to make my own space program. And that's what he did. Garriott has been to all 7 continents and even down to the Titanic shipwreck. But getting to space was the goal. He started a company called Space Adventures that began to book seats into orbit. In 2008, it was his turn. 2 weeks on the International Space Station. The price tag, $30 million.
It only takes 8.5 minutes to go from sitting still on the ground to burning all the fuel in the vehicle and engines cut off and you're in orbit in space. I mean, that's obviously a pinnacle, life experience, as you might expect.
It's great to speak with you all there in Austin.
And you see a place you knew well, like for me, Austin, Texas. You go like, wow, I know the scale. There's Lake Travis, there's downtown, there's my house.
Elon Musk's company SpaceX recently announced that 2 tourists will be hitching a ride with them and orbiting the moon in late 2018. The company won't say how much the private astronauts are spending, but Garriott guesses it's more than $100 million per seat.
I personally think this is the best thing you can imagine. I think there's nothing at all bad about this.
On the other hand, he's hoping NASA won't decide to land on the moon and spend any time there.
What NASA does best, and what we should always challenge NASA to do, is go to new places first.
Garriott says there are good arguments for it. It's practice for setting up a base on Mars when you're just 3 days away from Earth instead of 9 months. But in this astronaut's opinion, not if we're hoping to get to Mars in this lifetime.
Is the delay of stopping off at the moon worth it? Is the gain that we would have for increased safety or proving grounds worth the delay that, in my mind, likely would push getting to Mars outside of our lifetimes? And I'm going, I don't see that much benefit.
Garriott says because people like himself and these 2 unnamed SpaceX travelers are investing in commercial spaceflight, the cost per seat for a trip to the stars will start to go way down.
I think that we should all be very pleased and happy that we're now to the point where we can put government expeditions to Mars to go do science and commercial expeditions to Mars to bring back value or start settlements.
And this is interesting. Garriott is also hoping travelers will someday be able to pay their way with the work they do in space. For example, he earned back millions by doing experiments in space. Some of the research had to do with his eyes. Remember, I mentioned that Garriott wore glasses as a kid. Well, he eventually got laser corrective eye surgery. In space, the pressure on your eyes goes up. So Garriott says NASA was worried his cornea might bulge while in orbit. NASA had him study that in space and proved that the LASIK is no problem for astronauts.